Hello guys and gals, Buffalo here. Welcome back to the range. I've got my Savage 93R17 out down here today. Now, I've already done a video review on the Savage 93R17. I'll have it linked in the description box below this video if you want to check it out. Today's video is not intended to be a review. In fact, in that review video, that was a different rifle. The rifle featured in that video belonged to a friend of mine. This one is mine. This is my personal rifle here. And I just wanted to share it with you guys and go over some of the experiences that I'm having with it. So, this is the 93R17-TR. Savage offers the Model 93 in a lot of different configurations as far as stocks and barrel profiles and things like that. This one has a hardwood laminated stock painted OD green with texturing in it. Pretty nice stock. It does have 3 swivel studs on it for your sling and for your bipod if you want to run one. 21-inch barrel with a varmint profile or a heavy profile, straight fluted. It is threaded half 28, so you can add your favorite muzzle device if you want to. Adjustable IQ trigger, supposed to be adjustable from 2.5 to 6 pounds. I have not adjusted it at all. Nice little rubber butt pad there. Not that the 17 HMR provides a lot of recoil, but it is a nice, comfortable butt pad. The rifle comes with a one-piece base already installed, a Picatinny base already installed, and it's a 0 MOA base. Oversized bolt handle. These actions do cock on opening. But I'm not going to get, again, too far into the Model 93 because I've already covered it. But just to catch you up on what this rifle is. So the only thing I've done to it, I added these Warren rings and this Athlon Talos 3-12x40 scope. That's all I've done to it. Other than that, it's straight out of the box. Of course, it doesn't come with iron sights or anything, so I have to put something on there to be able to aim it with. So I've been shooting it. I've been down here all morning, actually. I've had this gun for a little while, but I've been down here this morning trying to figure it out a little bit. I've shot several groups already, and I'm not getting great results. I'm not getting terrible results. We'll call it mediocre. This rifle, at least I can't get this rifle to shoot as well as the one that I did the review on. My buddy's rifle shoots really well. I was able to get it sub MOA at 100 yards shooting off a bipod. This one, I'm not able to get it there yet. At 50 yards, about the best I can do is 5/8 of an inch, which is about 1.25 MOA roughly. So I wanted to show this to you guys. I was going to try some different ammo through it today. I went and picked up a few more boxes of ammunition. I already had this Winchester. This is a Winchester Varmint HV 17 grain polymer tip. I already had it, and I went and picked up 3 other kinds here. I say 3 other kinds, but the guy at the counter, he was like, these are all 17 grain. They're all polymer tip ammunition, and apparently they're all loaded by CCI. They just get different head stamps and different labels on the box. The Remington, the Federal, and the Hornady, all loaded by CCI apparently. That's what he told me at the counter. I haven't had time to look it up and verify it. I don't know about the Winchester. I think it's made separately. But either way, even if it is just a different label, lot numbers matter a lot, especially on this rimfire ammunition where you can't hand load and tune them yourself. Or I guess you can technically, but it's usually not feasible to hand load a rimfire. So I'm going to try these different lots here, even if they are the same ammunition. Again, they're all the 17 grain polymer tip bullets. I think there's some slight variation on the velocity ratings. We'll look at them here. The Winchester is 2550 feet per second. The Remington, 2550 feet per second. The Hornady, 2550 feet per second. And the Federal, 25-30. So it's rated at 20 feet per second 30, or 20 feet per second slower than the other three, but I doubt that means anything. I bet if I shot them all over the chronograph, they're probably within the SD of one another. But anyway, maybe it'll like one of these. So I'm going to set us a target up, and we'll shoot some groups here and see what happens. I'm not the greatest shooter in the world. I realize some of the flyers and things, that's me. I own that. But you guys have seen me shoot enough that you know I'm capable of shooting MOA if my rifle and ammunition combination is capable. This scope might be an issue. I've noticed that the focus and the parallax free adjustment, it's a side focus scope, and when I adjust the parallax out, meaning that I can move my eye around and the crosshair stays put on the target, my target's out of focus. But when I make my target nice and crisp and in focus, I've got a lot of parallax. My crosshair wants to float around. So those two things aren't in line with one another in this scope. So it could be part of the problem. Okay, so I got me a target ready. I just used these little 1-inch sticker targets on this cardboard. You can see I put 2 rows of 4 on here because I'm going to shoot 2 groups. I'm going to shoot 2 groups with each type of ammunition, and we'll work our way across like that. So I'm going to set this out at 50 yards and we'll get started. Alright, so I'm going to start out with this Winchester Varmint HV, and we'll see how it goes. Not looking too great, to be honest, but I'll speed these groups up for you guys, so you don't got to sit here and watch them in real time. Alright, there's 2 groups with the Winchester Varmint HV. What I'm going to do between each 10 rounds, or each types of ammo here, is I'm going to shut the camera off, let everything cool back down for about 10 minutes, and then we'll start right back up. So it's going to look like I shot these really close together, but in reality, I'm going to hold off about 10 minutes between each type of ammunition. So up next, I'm going to shoot the Remington Premier Magnum Rimfire. That one actually look pretty good. Okay, moving on to the Federal. All right, now time for the Hornady labeled stuff. Well, let's see how that went. I recently took a tape measure and measured from my bench so I would have the exact yardage whenever I set a target up. I like to get as close to the yardage. You can see I put these little markers down. I like to get as close to the yardage as I possibly can when I tell you guys I'm shooting at a certain distance. That way, you know, you can set your expectations to what I'm getting and shooting at the exact same range. Go ahead and stop that downrange camera. You can see this one is at the 50-yard mark. I'm okay with that one and that one. That was the Remington ammo. That one and that one don't look too bad. But I'll measure these up and see what the numbers say, and we'll take a look at them after I get that done. So I measured them up. I just rounded off. I didn't get real serious with this, but we'll go from worst to best. Worst was the Winchester. The first group measured about 960 thousandths of an inch. Second group measured about 1 inch for an average of 980 thousandths of an inch. The Hornady came in third, with both groups measuring about 860 thousandths of an inch. Of course, our two group average then is going to be about 860 thousandths of an inch. The Federal and the Remington were fairly close. With the Federal, the first group measured 680 thousandths of an inch. The second group measured 640 thousandths of an inch, giving us an average of 660 thousandths of an inch. The Remington squeaked it out, came out on top. The first group measured 580 thousandths of an inch. The second group measured 670 thousandths of an inch. That gave us an average of 0.625 inches or 5/8 of an inch. So with the Remington, I'm getting 5/8 of an inch groups. And it did the best, but I could shoot this again and the Federal might beat it. You know, you've got to play my shooting in there somewhere. I did have this flyer with this first Federal group I've got 4 shots there really close, and then 1 flyer up here. If that flyer would have hit amongst these other 4, a Federal would have came out better than the Remington. So you can chalk that up as a wash. Maybe next time I shot it, it would come out different. The average of all the groups on this target was .781, or roughly 1.5 MOA. A lot of people will say this is terrible shooting, but the 17 HMR is not a match cartridge. It never was designed to be. It's designed to be a flat shooting, very fast cartridge, so that you wouldn't have to account for a lot of drop out to, say, 150 or 160 yards or so. That being said, though, I've shot enough of these 17 HMR chambered rifles to know that most of them are very, very accurate. So I feel like I should be able to get a little better accuracy out of this one. What do you guys think? Is it the rifle? Is it the ammunition? Should I keep trying more ammunition? Is it the scope? Is it something else I'm missing here? Is it the jerk behind the trigger? Or should I just be happy with what I'm getting out of it? I don't know. You guys sound off in the comments. I'll read every one of them. I'll make sure I leave my fillings hanging on the coat rack before I log in. But this is all I got, and I'll talk with y'all again soon.